We are live. Welcome, everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Today, we're going to be going over some new updates involving Riley Strain. Seems a couple found his credit card, and it has been confirmed it is his credit card. And we'll go over where that was found. Plus, there was an interview. We know that supposedly ran into at least one or more homeless people, and one of them did an interview, and it's kind of interesting where he was standing. He kind of points with his cane or his walking stick and points to a bush. Apparently, Riley Strand unfortunately fell into this bush, or so he claims. And anyways, we'll go over where that was at and where the credit card was found, and they're really close together. So he could be telling the truth. And we'll go over a lot more, but if you're new to this channel, welcome. I am Chris. When Monsters Under Our Bed, we cover true crime, mystery to the missing. Before we get started, we always like to get back by featuring missing person cases. And today is Aiden Clune. This is going to be a case that we are working on next month. We're going to be going out April 13th and 14th with Search and Rescue. We're trying to do a donation goal, raising $1,000 because I need a new drone. So we're trying to raise maybe like $100 per show. But we're about halfway to our goal, which is so amazing. I've been trying to write down everybody's names that donate. So if you can donate, that's great. If you can't, no worries. But Aiden Clune, he went missing 2 years ago. He was just 19 years old, just close in Wells, Nevada. It's about 2 hours from where I'm at. He was traveling from California to here in Utah to stay with his grandparents. And for some reason, he started getting paranoid and suffering some mental health condition and ended up panicking and heading over to Nevada, just on the border between Nevada and Utah. And he stayed at a hotel, and then the next day, he took his truck early that morning, started driving southwest kind of, and he pulled over on the middle of the highway, just in the middle of nowhere, got out of his truck, and then started wandering off into a mountain range, and hasn't been seen since. So we went looking for him last year. We did find some clues. They found some footprints that seemed to be his shoe print. So they have kind of a trail of where he was last seen, but they just have not found him. So we're going to be going out looking for him next month. And of course, we'll bring you guys along when we go out there. But like again, we're saving up for a new drone. And if anybody can donate, that'd be awesome. All right, let's get up with the new updates here. And let me get this ready. So again, if you're just tuning in, they found his credit card. Then there was an interview with the homeless man that says he ran into Riley that night. And there's a short interview. It's kind of interesting what he says, because he says that somebody else was helping him. So who knows if this was any foul play involved, or did he just end up falling into the river, which there's a good chance, but we'll go over all that. If you're unfamiliar with Riley Strand's case, we will, let me get this video going real quick here. I'll just play a quick recap real quick.
It's Riley Strain. Okay, and what color clothing was he last seen wearing? He's wearing jeans, boots, and a half black shirt, half brown, light brown.
Where is Riley Strain? A 22-year-old visiting Nashville last weekend for a fraternity formal remains missing tonight.
When his friends last saw him after he was asked to leave Luke Bryan's bar on Broadway.
My mom was also wondering, do you want that
Thank you,
bar
Rebecca.
to be liable? We know that Riley was asked to leave because he had been overserved. I mean, do you want...
Welcome back to the channel, everybody, where we cover true crime, mystery to the missing. This is some of the last known video of college student Riley Strand, just 22 years old, from Springfield, Missouri. He went on a trip with some friends to Nashville, Tennessee. they went out to the famous Luke's 32, Luke Bryan's bar on Broadway, for some fun on Friday, March 8th. Later that evening, Strand was kicked out of the bar because really dazed and confused. Strand is sadly caught on another video for the last time near a toll bridge. His last cell phone ping was just before that at 9:58 p.m. From here, it's unclear what happened to Strand, if foul play is a factor, or did Strand accidentally fall into the river. There are other concerns as to whether if Riley Strand was drugged at the bar due to his strange behavior, stumbling down the street. Sadly, this wouldn't be the first time a male college student stumbled out of a bar and went missing, and they're found in a body of water. I pray this is not the same outcome for Riley Strand. It's been over 5 days since he was last seen, and we will be covering his story more in depth in our next live show. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, so there's just a quick recap on his case. I do apologize. I do say Strand because I knew a guy with the last name, so I do apologize if I do say Strand, but I know it's Strain. Real quick, so we're going to play the video. They found his credit card. If you haven't seen the video, we're going to play that. These two girls, Anna and Brandy, were out there. That's so awesome that they were out there. They had to, I can't imagine this terrain that they're in. That's amazing. And these two ladies went out there and did this and found that. I mean, that's the first real big piece of evidence in over a week that we have since all the surveillance footage. So this is a huge find for them. It does raise some concerns because did he have a wallet, or did he just have a credit card and ID on him and that just happened to fall out? So many questions. It'd be interesting to know if he had a wallet on him and he kept all that stuff in him. Because I do know, because I did work at a bar, that people sometimes would keep just, because they're afraid of getting, robbed or something, they'd either carry just their ID and a card. So I have seen people do that at bars. But anyway, I'm going to quickly play a little bit of this, and I'm going to get to chat real quick. But yeah, here's his credit card, Riley Strain, right there. It says on it. Allison, let me grab this. Allison Cosgrove with the $4.99, too many missing. Yeah, sadly, that is the truth. But on this channel, we try to give back as much as we can by featuring the missing. Thank you so much, Allison, for the $4.99. And yes, Rebecca, there was a body found in the Cumberland River. It was a female. It was not Riley. For anybody that may have heard that there was a body found, it is not Riley. Sadly. Grab this. One Way Street, now a member for 1 month. Thank you so much, One Way Street, for your membership and support. And Paula Lee, thank you so much for the $10 super sticker. You are so awesome. So here is the video of these two ladies discovering his card earlier today.
Fuck it. Wood chips in my shoe. Fuck it. Fuck.
Okay, sorry. Went ahead a little bit. So this is where they're at. For anybody who's wondering where his card was found. So we have the two bridges. We have the James Robertson Bridge, the Woodland Street Bridge. It looks like it appears the two ladies are under this area here.
Okay. Oh, she's trying to go back in.
Oh boy!
Oh.
Boy.
Hey.
I got fucking wood chips in my shoe.
What's going on?
What the hell are you doing, girl?
Oh, he's
I'm looking.
You're nuts.
Someone's gotta be.
You're great. You're a great girl.
You're great.
So just to, I'll keep playing this in a second, just to kind of update everybody, for anybody that's not familiar. He was last seen, so there's cameras just past this bridge and just before the Woodland Bridge. So there's cameras here and cameras here. Unfortunately, I guess there's no cameras here, or if there is, they didn't catch him. But he was last seen somewhere in between these two bridges. And apparently there's like homeless camps under these two bridges here. And they're under the James Robinson one.
I love all the
That's
locals.
our buddy, old boy. Yeah, that's my buddy, Anna.
And that's a steep
I love everyone.
embankment.
You got any suggestions?
There he is.
Good.
Here's looks like it.
Yeah, all the locals coming together is amazing. Here, I'll check my Instagram DMs quick.
Good to see you, Queen. Yeah, it looks like they had people watching
Is this a
them.
hole in it?
Looks like there's a group.
I don't know. Yeah.
But yeah, it's really awesome that these two girls did this.
I think so.
Especially in that terrain. I mean, that's a very steep
No, it
embankment.
doesn't. Fuck.
I wish it was in landscape and not portrait. It's the only thing I hate about TikTok, but it's still amazing that they did this.
I know.
So there's two videos I found. There's like a 5-minute video, which we're playing now. And then there's like a 2-minute video, which is where they find the credit card. So I play the 5-minute one first, and then the 2-minute one after. Which is, I think, is this it?
And then there's just, it's a bifold or trifold wallet too. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of
Where'd Anna
garbage
go?
down there.
Okay, good. Like I don't see her. Someone said I thought he had on Levi's. Okay, well,
See?
I don't know.
How do you get there in the state by himself? I mean,
How are we gonna do this one? Go for it, I guess. Yep.
it seems there's a couple of places where it looks like there's just kind of a low railing
Yeah.
that you could hop over. So it's
if-
possible he
Can you
could have
get back
flipped
up the
over
other side or
that.
not? Well, no, because then that's that abandoned building area, right? Down that, over that way.
But the big question I would have is finding his credit card. Now, obviously, the big question would be, did he have a wallet? Was the credit card in a wallet, or did he just have an ID and a credit card on him?
Yeah, there's no way for him to just like accidentally go in unless he was stumbling around in the dark and couldn't see. But it depends. I wonder how lit up the embankment is with like maybe lights or from barges, or does the bridge have lights on it at night?
The stadium's right there and shit like that. This is sturdy. This is sturdy. All right. This is gonna be our savior. This branch.
Thank you. I'm gonna design a trophy for you.
Do apologize if anybody kind of gets dizzy from looking at that. One-way street, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I will look at that here in just a second.
Someone screaming at us?
I don't know.
They're screaming at that guy.
I'm screaming hello.
Across the river.
Watch out, puppy. Sit. Ah, watch out. What's that sound? What's your name?
Oh, I know what she's talking about.
What is it again?
Oh yeah, that was a long time ago.
Phil or something like that.
This is about the
Fuck you,
end of
Phil.
the
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah.
5-minute
What's
video,
your
and then
name?
there's
Tony.
the 2-minute video
Fuck
here.
you, Tony.
Yeah.
Ezekiel, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite a drop right there.
Yeah, even if the water was
Curious to know how they got down in there.
or 6 more feet or whatever the fuck he said. Yeah, it doesn't. It's not that high. Neither.
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
girl.
She's got what up there?
That's why I'd like to know, did he have a wallet?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So here's the video. So they're still down there. She's by the water.
But
And this
hey,
is
she's right with me to go climb right down. I was like, my type of gal. No hesitation.
so she looks back and her friend's kind of up here, and you can see, and I'll zoom this in and slow it down, but we can see they're kind of under the bridge, almost maybe right under the middle. She is, but her friend starts to kind of move over to the left, which is interesting. So here we can see her friend here.
Look at her. She's got a stick. That's my type of gal.
So she's about right here. We can see the bridge. She's almost towards the edge of the bridge, which is interesting.
Well, I know the homeless I saw up above, they would have like a couple spots, like old fire pits or something. Old spots they'd burn stuff to see anything around like that.
I don't think they do right here. Or at least where that guy's tent is. Because he's talking about how cold. What? You found his credit card? We found his credit card. We gotta hang up. We gotta hang up the phone.
Oh my god.
Man, that's wild.
No
That is wild.
I definitely.
So I'm going to pause that and I'm going to slow it down. But, I mean, that's so amazing these girls did that. Again, these ladies are Anna and Brandy. And that's so amazing that they did this. But, again, here's the start of the video. And we can see part of the bridge just at the very tip of this video here. So that kind of gives us an idea. And they're under the James Robertson Bridge. What I find interesting is she starts moving left almost towards the edge of the bridge. So it kind of makes me wonder where exactly that card was found. If it was slightly past the edge, one could toss it off the bridge, if they were in like a car or walking. I don't know if you can walk across that.
I didn't know about you doing all that very well. Look at her. She's got a stick. That's my type of gal.
It's like, I don't.
Well, I know the homeless I saw up above, they would have like a couple spots, like old fire pits or something. Old spots they'd burn stuff to see anything around like that.
I don't think they do right here. Or at least where that guy's tent is. Because he's talking about how cold. What? You found his credit card? We found his credit card. We gotta hang up. We gotta hang up the phone.
Oh my god.
That was crazy. So again, that is right there under the James Robertson Bridge. One-way street. I'm assuming that was you, Janae or Jenny. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Thank you so much for the $10 Venmo. You are so awesome. Thank you so much. Let me look on Google Earth here. That is right. Let me close this down real quick. That is right here is where the girls are at. And it almost seems like she's kind of moving towards the edge of this. So it makes me wonder, if it was kind of found a little bit past the edge or under it. Because that could mean if it was past the bridge a little bit, someone could have tossed the... oh, yeah, so you can walk across. Someone could have ditched his belongings over while walking or driving. That was just one thing that came to mind. So here's a couple of street views, and the girls are right under the bridge here. Now, keep in mind, this is going to be important for the interview with the guy in a minute here. And a screenshot of the bridge just above where the girls were at. This is without volume, but because she's pointing the camera at her, we can kind of see that she's moving left, she's digging, and we can kind of see the edge of the bridge here. So they're kind of somewhere right in this area here.
Almost fell over the edge right there.
A man.
Now, this interview is really interesting because it kind of coincides with what they found with his statement here.
Who's part of the homeless community is speaking out for the first time on seeing missing college student Riley Strain walking his last known path. That man is speaking exclusively to Fox 17
Yeah, they have
News
gloves
tonight.
on.
Now, we've been
Yes.
following the search for University of Missouri student Riley Strain for just over a week at this point. His disappearance last Friday night making national headlines after Riley was asked to leave Luke Bryan's bar and then walked in the wrong direction to his hotel. I can tell you tonight we are hearing from one of the last people who potentially saw Riley before his trail stops. Day 8 of the search for Riley Strain. Nashville's Office of Emergency Management uses dive teams for the first time in their river searches for any trace of the University of Missouri senior. Today's effort yielding nothing conclusive, according to officials. In retracing Riley's steps, surveillance video shows the 6'7", 22-year-old leave Luke Bryan's bar on Broadway just after 9:30 p.m. last Friday, March 8th, getting kicked out for intoxication. Riley heads up 3rd Avenue alone.
And can I just say, like I said, I wasn't much of a drinker. You know, I drank in my early 20s, but like I said, I was never big on drinking. But I'm 6'3". I'm not 6'7", but you know, I have been inebriated a few times, and I can say, and we don't know if it's just too much alcohol or was he slipped something. But I will say, when you're tall like that, your center of gravity is much less. So trying to fight not falling over, that's why I can see him falling over like that, because we're tall guys. Like you said, center of gravity is not in our favor. So, man, it makes me wonder.
Pole off Church Street and then stumbles onto Gay Street near the river, holding his head in some of the footage.
I seen the guy that went missing. He came down through here.
Fox 17 News speaking exclusively to a transient man who lives along the riverbank, right where Riley was last spotted on camera per police, near the James Robertson Parkway Bridge.
We heard a commotion. We looked back up. He almost fell over. The last bush right there caught him. He was very, very, very...
So notice his statement. Let me play this again, and we're going to look at this a little bit later as well, because I wasn't sure how many people.
Heads up 3rd Avenue alone, crashes into a pole off Church Street, and then stumbles onto Gay Street near the river, holding his head in some of the footage.
I seen the guy that went missing. He came down through here.
Fox 17 News speaking exclusively to a transient man.
And we'll look. I'll play the interview once, and then we're going to examine this, because this, like I said, this lines up with his interview and what they found.
Man who lives along the riverbank, right where Riley was last spotted on camera per police, near the James Robertson Parkway Bridge.
We heard a commotion. We looked back up. He almost fell over. The last bush right there caught him. He was very, very, very...
He was very, very intoxicated. I guess he stumbled hard. I've never seen anybody stumble that hard before. And keep in mind, this picture, there's a reason why they have their camera set right here. Is you'll notice if you go back, gosh, this interview is so quick.
On camera per police near the James Robertson.
So his interview, they're interviewing him. He's standing like right here, because we can kind of see the bench. And if we were to just pan right, when he points his like walking stick or whatever he's got, that is
Parkway Bridge,
where this supposed bush is at. So you can see the park bench right there, and we'll notice he's going to point his stick here, basically kind of straight ahead.
Back up. He almost fell over. The last bush right there caught him. He was very, very, very...
So this camera, they set the camera where he pointed at, which is interesting. And notice there's the James Robinson Bridge.
I'm intoxicated, I guess. I mean, he was stumbling hard. I've never seen anybody stumble that hard before.
The man telling me he didn't check on Riley since someone else was already there.
I yelled up. They said, no, he's just drunk. He's okay.
But the other question now is who's this other guy? Like, was this another homeless person, or is this something more nefarious? Because he's I'll play the interview and we'll talk
Man
about it.
who asked not to be identified says he reported the entire encounter to detectives. He says Riley continued in the same direction up First Avenue. But then Riley's trail stops. Other security footage just a block up the way doesn't appear to show Riley, according to his family. Riley's relatives, who have been in town since the first day he was missing, say they're working to track down anyone who was in Riley's last known location by the bridge around 10 p.m. that night, either walking on a scooter, in a rideshare, or perhaps driving by. This as the Nashville community continues to scour near the river daily for any clues. Many, like these women, are originally from Missouri.
He's been on our minds the whole day.
Kathy shares Riley's hometown of Springfield, Missouri. She moved to Murfreesboro just a year ago.
I'm a parent, and I would hope that anybody would be looking for him.
And Metro Police tell us they don't suspect any foul play at this point. The Tennessee Alcoholic Beverage Commission is investigating whether Riley was overserved at any of the bars he attended that night. Now, the restaurant group that does own Luke Bryan's bar, Luke's 32 Bridge, put out a statement this week saying Riley was served one drink there.
So there are, of course, been stories that because it is a fraternity, it's a formal. They went out for the weekend. They're from Missouri. And it wouldn't be a stretch that they probably may have been drinking before. And so it's possible that he was already more or less inebriated before he went to that bar. And then that one drink was enough. And then maybe his behavior, maybe he was stumbling around. So it's not a stretch to think that he could have been drinking before. There was also, I've seen comments claiming from like either bar patrons claiming that they saw him at previous bars before them going to Luke's 32. So it's possible they could have been bar hopping. Then on the other hand, if he wasn't drinking before, then either that was really a strong cocktail or he would slip something. So, all right, before I read this, I'll go over where they found the interview and where they found the card, and then we'll circle back to it. But there was another statement by I believe a family or a friend of the family, which we're going to look into. But kind of sucks because this is taken in December, so obviously the leaves in the bush are going to look different, but this is where that man was being interviewed right here. The girls found the credit card under this bridge right here, more towards this edge, so real close. So it does kind of line up with what he was saying. And then they had the camera. Notice how the fence now goes in. They set the camera somewhere about right here, and the guy was kind of standing this way, and he kind of points his stick this way. So I'm assuming, of course, this looks a little bit different in the up-to-date video because this is December and we are now in March. But this is where he says that he supposedly stumbled, and then some guy was supposedly helping him, but the guy that was being interviewed said that this person helping Riley told him, yeah, he's just drunk. Be curious to know, was this another homeless person? Was this somebody that had ill intentions? Kind of wild. So here's a statement that I found kind of interesting. It says, update, we sincerely thank everyone that has reached out and are currently searching for Riley. Riley has been gone now for over a week, and we still miss him greatly and need him home. It's been a week now of no phone calls, texts, or funny memes, jokes shared with him or shared back, and that is devastating to the family and friends that we know and love Riley. The family is exhausted, extremely frustrated that we do not have Riley back now or know where he is. But we are not giving up and never will on trying to find him. I'm going to make some suggestions as far as newer search ideas, and these are only suggestions. We do not have any solid leads to put us in any new exact areas. Now, of course, this was posted before they found the credit card, so I think this kind of changes stuff. It continues to say, just some hunches and some long shot possibilities from some of the things we have learned and gathered up so far. Oh, it's not playing. That would help. What are we looking for? Let that go for a minute. It's a very long shot, but we are looking for vehicles that may meet the description of vehicles in the last video shown to us by the police and media. The birch tree video. Which is interesting. The birch tree video. Which I'm assuming they meant Birch Street video. Please remember every person and vehicle that went through the camera that night is very likely just an innocent person, which is a huge statement. That does not need to have their life turned upside down. So do not approach anyone directly. Please, if you find similar vehicles, if you see something that looks familiar to any of those vehicles parked in the area driving through, please write the tag down, location seen, etc., and send it to us. So it's kind of interesting. They say we're looking for vehicles that meet the description of the vehicles in the last video shown to us by police and media. The Birch, I'm assuming it's got to be street video. And that is the one that's the 2-hour-long video that was uploaded. That starts at 9 p.m. And I think it's just over 2 hours. And if you don't know what that is, what I'm talking about. Back it out real quick here. So obviously he's last seen walking this way, and we'll look at the footage again. They know he was heading this way, and then for some reason there's either no cameras, or if there is, they didn't capture him, but they say he's last seen here. His last cell phone ping is in here. They found his credit card in here. Everything points to here. Something happened here. He either fell in or was attacked in this location just before this bridge. But then there's a camera just past this bridge that points north. And obviously he was heading north on Gay Street. So it's interesting. The Birch Tree, or Birch Street, I'm not sure if that's what they meant, is this location right here. Yeah, there is one video, obviously, we have not seen, at least has not been released to the public, that the law enforcement has claimed, which shows him heading just past the Woodland Bridge, and then he kind of goes out of view, and then there's another camera just up ahead, which is the Birch camera, but he's not seen on that. But I found it interesting that they're kind of mentioning possibly a suspicious vehicle. And so I went through the Birch video. I started at, I think, 9:40, because obviously he's still wandering at 9:46, so he really wouldn't be anybody leaving until about after that time frame. But I took that video and I marked about 40 minutes to an hour. I can't remember. I'm still going through the whole 2 hours. Before this live, I was going through a lot. So I did mark every card that I could for about a 30 to 40 minute time frame. There may have been one or two I missed, but there was a couple of things that are slightly interesting. So we'll get to that. Let me get to chat real quick. Here, I'll just play this. One more thing and I'll get to chat. There was a lot of posts on TikTok and Facebook groups about, I think this video needs to go over a little bit. Nope, that's a good spot. There's a lot of videos made that they thought Riley was being held, that there was a guy or somebody holding Riley that was to the right of this burger stand here. But it's actually just a couple holding hands. Riley, you can actually see, and it's kind of hard. And I need to get... So I have this video. There's like a 30-second video of this one. It's really good, quality. But there's clearly like another one out there. If anybody knows, if you could email it to me. There's like maybe a 40-second one, which is a little bit longer, which clearly shows him a little bit before. But you can actually see him running. And this would be the direction he would be coming from. So if anybody is thinking that he was being held by this, it's just either two people holding hands crossing the street, but you can actually see his head kind of poking out. Apologize, the quality is not great, but I just wanted to reaffirm that because a lot of people have been posting that. But now moving on to the suspicious vehicles, which I know some people mentioned this black car, and we'll talk about that for a minute. Did you find out any more that the guy running from the area? No, but I know the law enforcement knows. And anything else that I've found, I've sent in, which is, those officers that drove by at 9:40 or 9. What was it? Just after he was saying, 9:54. Got a lot of timestamps in my head, but yeah, as far as that guy running, I don't know. I mean, it is right in that time frame. That guy that's running from where he was last seen, it could be him. That could be maybe the guy that was helping Riley, and I don't know. You could say maybe he pushed him into the river, took his wallet and keys, or maybe Riley fell in, or who knows, fell down and he took his stuff and then ran off. There's so many things that could go on. But one thing a lot of people have been asking me is, how do I know the timestamps? Because the Birch Street video that was uploaded, it doesn't have, a timestamp on it. And so I just wanted to go over how I know the person that uploaded it said it was at basically 8:59 and 58 seconds, 2 seconds before 9 p.m. So I'll show you how I know that the guy that uploaded that is telling the truth and was accurate. So notice the black car, which is what we'll talk about here in a second. But notice this bicycle, this guy on the bike behind him. See him? So we got 9:46 in the right, time stamped here. So notice this guy here. See, look familiar? And now, of course, this is my timestamp. This video does not have timestamps on it, but I'll overlay these. And as you can see, this video, the person that uploaded this, I just wanted to reaffirm this because a lot of people asked me from the video that I put out yesterday about the cops and the 9:54 timestamp, whether that was true or not. And as you can see, this is my timestamp at 9:48. Notice, and this is 9:46, and obviously it would take about 2 minutes to go around. So he is spotted right here. This guy on the bike is right here, going down Church Street, and that, of course, is where Riley is headed. And if we just go up and up, and the camera is pointing this way, and so with a person on a bike like that, I would assume about 2 minutes, and there he is. So I just wanted to kind of reaffirm people that the person that uploaded that video, the timestamps are, although there is no timestamps, the time that he uploaded it is correct. Hope that they left the card to not miss. Oh, yeah. They quickly notified law enforcement. They quickly got off the live. They handled it with a glove. Only thing I would have probably done is may not have touched it. But I'm assuming if you couldn't see it and you couldn't see the name on it, you know, you would need to like pick it up and check it. So I kind of understand, you know, thank goodness they're wearing gloves. And thank goodness they were out there, because, I mean, he's been missing over a week and nobody's found anything. And then these two girls go and find this credit card. That's amazing. So I wanted to mention two things. People have been mentioning this black car as being suspicious because you see it. I just wanted to say one thing here is you'll see this black car. Another thing that's going on in the Facebook group. Oh, it already went by. I'm sorry. Where is it? Did it go by already? There's a black car that goes by, and people are saying that this is the same one that is in the next video that I'm going to play. But I don't think it's the same car, because obviously this is a continuation from the previous video. Even though there are two similar black cars, I don't think they're the same one, because that black car, this one that's going to be coming, was already drove past Riley. So for it to be the same one, it would have to like go drive around the corner really fast and come back. I don't think so. So I think this is a separate car, but it is interesting. That they mentioned a suspicious vehicle on the Birch camera, and there is one at 10 p.m. that seems a little suspicious. So here's one that could be maybe in question. And yeah, here's me overlapping just to show that these are two different vehicles. Because the camera is taken, this is where he hits his head on the pole, and there's actually a secondary black car that comes down that looks exactly similar. And that's what we're seeing, because a lot of people are mentioning. But one of these cars could be potentially involved. So this first one here, I don't think is has anything to do with Strain, because it clearly drives up past him. But this one here could potentially be involved. I mean, just saying, only because they're speculating about this possibly suspicious vehicle caught on the Birch video. I know some people came in late. I will play the video again if you guys missed them finding the credit card, and I'll go over that here in just a minute. But I just wanted to show, because like I said, before I went live, I was going through every car that I could find within about 30 to 40 minute time frame. Because there's so many cars that go by, and you know, clearly family or friends of the family are mentioning that a possible lead could be a suspicious vehicle seen on, it's captured on one camera and could be on another. And it's really tough because obviously all these black cars look exactly the same. One thing you can kind of tell is the brake lights. This one has a lower brake light. I picked this Honda seat, or this, I'm not sure if this is a Honda, but this SUV here. This SUV was actually going up the street right when he hit his head, and instead of actually going down, it was actually heading up, and they stopped, and I think it's because it was a red light, but it was interesting because they would have seen him fall. So I just wonder if it's possible maybe this car would have followed him. But as you can see, I have timestamps up here, and I marked all the cars that were going by. But there was one car in particular at 10 p.m. Look how fast this car goes by. Now I get it. It's late at night. People drive fast. It's 1 in a million shot. But it is interesting that he is last seen at they say 9:52, 9:53. And that is on the video that has not been released to the public. And that is somewhere around this area here. And this camera that we're looking at is situated right here. So if something nefarious did happen and a car was involved, obviously maybe he got robbed or something else in between the two bridges, and then they continued on, obviously then we would see the suspicious vehicle driving off. And he was last seen, oops, I meant to keep that up for just 1 second. He was last seen, they say, at like 9:52, 9:53. And it's kind of interesting at all these cars. Most of them go slow because it looks like there's kind of like some kind of speed bump or dip about right here. Notice everybody kind of brakes for it. And then this one car at 10 p.m. So it would have been like 6 minutes after he's seen, 6 or 7 minutes. And it's just hauling. And that's this one here. I said it's a 1 in a million shot, but it is kind of interesting. And the fact that they mentioned that earlier today, that they were kind of, one potential lead would be a suspicious vehicle caught on this camera. So unfortunately, there's not much. There's no, at least with the programs I have, there's no way to tell like the license plate or anything. But I'll slow it down one more time, and then if you're just coming in, I'll play the video again of them finding the credit card. But there's the car again, and that's slow motion. So that's actually. So notice every car like brakes for this little dip here, and then this car at 10 p.m. just hauls. Took a long time to timestamp everything because, like I said, this video, when it was uploaded, it doesn't have a timestamp, but the timestamp that they were given when they say at 9 p.m. is accurate. But again, one more time, here's this car, and that's slow. Like I said, that's sped down.
They just want to talk to their son again. Good evening.
So kind of interesting. I'm still going over that some more. We'll see what pans out from that. Other than that car going by at 10, we have the officers going by at 9:54. They may have captured something on the dash cam. That's been turned in. And then there is that guy running at 9:50. What is it? 9:56, I think. 9:56. There's that guy running. We have played it. I could play it again. It's possible. Maybe that's the guy that was supposedly helping Riley and maybe robbed him. Who knows? But anyway, I'm going to play this clip and get caught up with chat. Holy cow, we got 2,000 people in here. Thank you guys so much for taking the time. If you missed them finding the credit card, I'll play that again here in just a minute.
I'm Hannah McDonald. The parents of 22-year-old Riley Strain are holding out hope that search crews will find their son. We've been asking questions ever since the University of Missouri student went missing 8 days ago after a night out on Broadway.
Thank you,
tonight,
Leslie.
News Channel 5's Nikki Hauser talked to the young man's family about this around-the-clock search.
All four of Riley's parents tell me they won't stop until they find Riley. Police are on the same page. They sent out...
Yeah, sorry to interrupt that. The Bottom Line Radio Network, Mob Crew. Those girls found the card. What about the shirt someone was wearing that may have been Riley's? Yeah, so apparently there's claim that at one of these homeless camps under the bridge, not sure which one, if it's Woodland or the James Robertson, but a lady that goes out there and feeds the homeless people out there claimed that this guy had been wearing the shirt that looked like Riley's that night, the white and black. And there's also a story that he found it laying over a ledge or something. I forget exactly what the item, but yeah, he found it. Apparently had puke on it, and like I said, we don't know, can't confirm that story, but it's certainly plausible that those could be connected.
Crews just this morning to search along the Cumberland River near Woodland Street in the area where Riley was last seen 1 week ago.
That's true, Kat.
I haven't talked to my boy for over a week. And it's hard.
Daily calls, texts, and FaceTimes define their relationship.
Crews getting the word out and keeping the word. Or
bank card was discovered this afternoon. Riley Strain, who went missing after being out with friends in Nashville. Nashville police just putting this out moments ago, saying that his bank card was discovered this afternoon on the embankment between Gay Street and the Cumberland River. The search for him continues. So now, more than a week after that University of Missouri student Riley Strain disappeared while on a fraternity trip in Nashville, his bank card has been found. Police just releasing this moments ago. Obviously, anything that they can do to try to find inklings, clues as to what could have happened to Riley that night is going to help them in their search efforts. But this is the most recent bit of information here. This as loved ones and police continue to search for Riley Strain after he went on that trip to Nashville on Friday, March 8th. The Mizzou senior was asked to leave Luke's 32 Bridge, which is Luke Bryan's bar on Broadway, after only being served one alcoholic drink and 2 waters, according to TC Restaurant Group. A friend of Strain had called 911 on Saturday, March 9th, after saying that he went to the Central Police Precinct and called the sheriff's office to file a missing persons report. Strain's family, who's from Springfield, Missouri, said they drove down as soon as they got the call from his fraternity brothers last weekend about his disappearance. They've remained in Nashville all week, searching to try to find the 22-year-old. And although some cameras captured the soon-to-be graduate making his way through downtown heading towards the courthouse, his family explained that there are some gaps in cameras that are pointed in the wrong direction that make it hard to know exactly where to look for Strain. And so the search is very much active and ongoing. Police trying to update to the investigation as much as they can, but there have been several videos, like we said, that they've been trying to piece together where you can see Riley noticeably stumbling and falling over. A lot of questions as to how he left, why he left alone. The bar saying that they had only served him 1 drink and 2 waters. So still so many questions remain when it comes to this investigation, but the big update here today is that his bank card has been discovered. Again, it was
Okay, so I'm going to fast forward that and play the video because I know people are asking about it. Let me get to chat real quick and I will play it. Just missed that. Jenny Lang, thank you so much for the $10 super sticker. You are so awesome. Thank you so much for the support. Perry and Winkle with the $5 super sticker. Thank you so much, Perry Winkle. We've got June with the $1.99. Looks like he talks to person in looks like he talks to person in hat. Oh, I think I'm not sure. I think it's a lady, but yeah, the person in the hat. It almost looks like there's kind of an interaction. I don't know if she says or they say anything to Riley, but yeah, they clearly kind of are locked together. That's for sure. Thank you so much, June. And CJK, renewing his membership. Thank you so much, CJK, for supporting this channel. And Sensei, good to see you. 2000 in chat. That's awesome. Thanks for keeping us up to date, Chris. It's my pleasure. I really hope they do find Riley. And huge update. They found his credit card earlier today. And here is the footage from that.
What the hell are you doing, girl?
So, real quick, those that missed it earlier, just the context. There's like a 5-minute video and a 2-minute video I found. So I'm going to play the 5-minute one first. This is clearly, obviously, I'm assuming before they found the credit card, and then the 2-minute video.
I'm looking.
But they are under.
You're nuts. Someone's gotta be.
They are under the second bridge. So just if you guys remember, he was last seen between the 2 bridges heading north. And they're kind of more on the south. If we're looking at this like north-south, they're kind of more on the south part of the bridge here.
You're a great girl.
You're great.
I love all the
That's our buddy, old boy. Yeah, that's my buddy Anna.
Actually, I should correct that. When they find the car, they'll be more towards the south part of it.
I love everyone.
You got any suggestions?
There she is.
Good.
Looks like it could
Yeah, all the locals coming together is amazing. Here, I'll check my Instagram DMs quick.
No photo of this? No, there's plenty of photos of his credit card. And I put it over in the other one. I'll pull it up here in a second. I have it.
Is this a hole in it?
Does it?
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah. Ooh. I don't think so.
That's a photo right there.
No, it doesn't.
And they got the gloves on.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Did he have a wallet or did he not have a wallet?
The only place.
Because if he had a wallet, then that would suggest some kind of foul play.
Yeah.
Or right here. Then he would have still had to.
Be interesting if the family makes a statement saying what he had on him. I really wish they would put that out. Like, usually when we're looking for missing people, it's nice to know everything that they had on them because you never know what you may find. And if
trifold wallet too.
if they have keys on them, wallet,
Okay, good.
phone.
I don't see her.
I mean, we know he had a phone and a
Levi's
Apple Watch.
Okay, well,
See?
I don't know. I'll wait and see.
How are we gonna do this one?
It's also curious why he was running too. One thing I was thinking about why he may have been running is it's interesting that his phone died around the time he went missing. That is very suspicious.
Can you get back up the other side or not? Well, no, because then that's that abandoned building area, right? Down that, over that way.
But I wonder if he was running because he was trying to maybe get to the hotel to charge his phone. Perhaps he knew his phone was dying, and so maybe that's why he was running.
Yeah. There's no way for him to just accidentally go in, unless he was stumbling around in the dark and couldn't see. But it depends. I wonder how lit up the embankment is with maybe lights or from barges, or does the bridge have lights on it at night?
The search is two girls, Anna and Brandy. I don't know them, but an amazing group of ladies here for doing what they did. I don't know if they're TikTokers. I don't know if somebody can let me know in chat. I'm sure with 2,200 people in here, someone may know who these ladies are, but yeah, it's amazing they went out and did this.
Shit like that. This is sturdy. This is sturdy. All right. This is gonna be our savior. This branch.
Thank you. I'm gonna design a trophy for you and send it.
Oh dear, we almost went down. Okay.
Take off running humiliated.
Someone screaming at us?
I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
I think they're screaming at that guy.
I'm screaming hello.
Across the river.
What's up, puppy? Sit.
It's possible. The chances of him going into the water.
My name's. What's your name?
was really high,
hanging out.
sadly.
What is it again?
Oh yeah, that was a long time ago.
Phil or something like that.
Fuck you, Phil. Yeah, or whatever it is. Yeah.
What's your name? Tony. Fuck you, Tony.
Yeah.
Ezekiel, that's what it is.
So this is about the end of the 5 minute, and then it's going to cut over to the 2 minute clip, which is where they... I don't know if like they ended a live and started up a new one.
6 feet. Or 6 more feet, or whatever the fuck he said. Yeah, it doesn't. It's not that high.
But it's clearly steep.
Neither. Yeah. She's got what up there? I don't know. Okay, thank you. I know she lives here right now.
Okay, so this is the 2 minute video, so it cuts, and then here's where they find it.
But hey, she's right with me to go climb right down. I was like, my type of gal. No hesitation.
That's, yeah, it's a possibility.
I didn't know about you doing all that very well. Look at her. Got a stick.
For those that missed it earlier, she is under the kind of the south edge part of the bridge, which I find interesting because depending on exactly where that card was, if it was a little bit over past the edge, you know, kind of just south of the bridge a little bit, then it's definitely a possibility that it could have been tossed as somebody was going across the bridge. But that's only because it's kind of tough to tell from this angle. We can tell they're kind of, she's close. We can see there where the edge is right there. And she's moving further that way. But sadly, she cuts over this way, and her friend finds it.
Up above, they would have like a couple spots, like old fire pits or something. Old spots they'd burn stuff to see around, bring her out like that.
I don't think they do right here. Or at least where that guy's tent is. Because he's talking about how cold. What? You found his credit card? We found his credit card. We gotta hang up. We gotta hang up the phone.
Oh my god.
And who lives along the river.
Wish she would have walked up and photographed it and before they picked it up. Still, it's amazing what they did. I don't want to criticize it because clearly it's been over a week. There has been no major leads, and this is huge. Finding the credit card is huge. I can't imagine. And then the next thing would be is, did he have a wallet? Was he just carrying his credit card and ID on him? Which I know from working past in a bar that some people would do that. Anyway, so here's the interview with the homeless guy that apparently lives right there.
Bank, right where Riley was last spotted on camera per police, near the James Robertson Parkway Bridge.
And they're going to interview him. For those that missed it earlier, he's going to be standing like, so you can see the bench kind of in the background a little bit. He'll be standing about right here, and he's kind of facing to the right a little bit. It's important.
We heard a commotion.
So as you can see, there's the bench, and he's kind of facing almost towards the river.
We looked back up. He almost fell over. The last bush right there caught him. He was very, very, very intoxicated, I guess. I mean, he was stumbling hard. I've never seen anybody stumble that hard before.
The man telling me he didn't check on Riley since someone else was already there.
I yelled up. They said, no, he's just drunk. He's okay.
The man.
So that is very interesting. I wish there was more to the story, or wonder if he shared more. I'm sure he has. He did say that he has been obviously interviewed by detectives, but a guy yells up saying he's just drunk, he's okay. So be curious to know, is this a person of interest, or was this just a random person trying to help him? I guess the next thing is, I wonder, have they talked to this guy that this guy's talking about?
And who asked not to be identified, says he reported the entire encounter to detectives. He says Riley continued in the same direction up First Avenue. But then Riley's trail stops. Other security footage just a block up the way doesn't appear to show Riley, according to...
And so here is a picture kind of showing where they interviewed the guy, and he kind of points his stick over this direction. Obviously, it looks different because this is taken in December. But he says he stumbled really hard in here, and then somebody else is supposedly helping him, or supposedly helping him, saying that he's just drunk. He's okay. But the camera, they point the camera literally where he pointed. It's too bad they have all this stuff in here, but then of course the girls just kind of put the two puzzle pieces together that we have. Which I'm going to show here in just a minute. Is credit card found right under the bridge here, approximately on the embankment, and the interview where supposedly Riley fell into the bush was right here. So, I mean, clearly something happened here. Was it foul play? Did he fall in? So many questions. Yeah, after, I mean, I hate to mention this, but yeah, after you start decomposing, yeah, you get gases in your body, and yeah, you float. And yeah, you would think he would have been found. TikTokers live. Are they out on the scene? Maybe we'll check into that and see. If you can give me a link, Jay, let me know. Please go back to 125. The guy in the white turns around and waits for another person. I'm not sure at 125. Are you talking about the first video? Sadly, I'm not sure what 125, which part you mean. B-ball, I've been drugged before, and you really quickly start to become sedated and disoriented. It makes you want to lay down and sleep. Yeah, that's not good, especially if he's under these conditions around that steep embankment.
We saw Riley before.
Part of their life.
Anyway, I'm going to play this video one more time with them finding it. Let me just quickly get caught up in chat, and then I'll see if there's any more updates here. Leslie at Billy, thank you so much for the $1 super sticker. We've got Scott, which I recognize. It looks like Texas EquiSearch. Thank you so much for the $10, Scott. That is so awesome. Cynthia Gaines with the $5 super sticker. Thank you so much, Cynthia. I've been writing everybody's names down. We are trying to do a little donation goal to 1,000. We're about halfway there. This is for a new drone because we actually go out and look for missing people, and our first mission this year is for Aiden Clune, and that's going to be April 13th and April 14th. So that's 3 weeks away about. And yeah, anyway, we're saving up for a new drone because the last one broke, and we put a lot of miles on the last drone, and just unfortunately it was getting too old, or beat up, I guess I should say. So I do appreciate those that could donate. That's really awesome. Really don't ask for it if people donate. That's awesome, but if you can, that's awesome.
Yeah. Got what up there?
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna play this one more time, and we'll check see if there's updates.
I know she lives here right now. I can't remember where she's from here. But hey, she's right with me to go climb right down. I was like, my type of gal. No hesitation.
I didn't know about you doing all that very well.
Look at her. Got a stick.
That's my type of gal.
A new video.
Well, I know that unless I saw up above, they would have like.
Okay, I'm gonna play this video here.
Tonight, a break.
Okay. This one looks different from the one that I was watching.
This is you. You use Betterment. This is your money
Yeah, this was
hustling with
uploaded
Betterment.
29 minutes ago.
Your money is right.
Break in the case of miss.
Okay. Jump over to this one here. And then, yeah, if there's somebody on TikTok Live, if you have a link, you have to email it to me. Let me know.
University of Missouri student Riley Strain. More than a week after Strain disappeared while on a fraternity trip in Nashville, his bank card is discovered on an embankment by the Cumberland River. There was also a body discovered in the river today, but it is believed to be Riley. News 2's Nikki McGee is live for us right now with the latest. Nikki?
Did he say it believed to be? Oh, sorry, guys. I had my thing down. How did he word that? I think he worded that wrong.
By the Cumberland River. There was also a body discovered in the river today, but it is believed to be Riley. News 2's Nikki McGee.
It sounds like he says it's believed to be Riley. Am I hearing that wrong?
Card is discovered on an embankment by the Cumberland River. There was also a body discovered in the river today, but it is believed to be Riley. News 2's Nikki McGee.
I think he's
is live
yeah, he
for us
messed
right
up,
now with
huh?
the latest.
Yeah.
Nikki?
He messed up.
Yeah, Kinley, well, today I've been speaking with two girls who have been searching this area behind me. This leads up to the Cumberland River, and I want to show you, you can take a look down here. It's just filled with lots of debris and lots of trash, so certainly more spots to check, but they do tell me at the very bottom of it is where they did discover Riley's credit card. Family have since been on scene, as well as detectives talking to these girls who made the discovery. Family tells me police have told them OEM is on the way to check out the area in a boat once again. Right now, Riley's parents tell me they're on the way to talk to detectives at Metro Police and review some more surveillance footage.
Man, that looks steep right there, because that, I can't tell if that's like a boat in the water right there. There's a tarp. I mean, it looks like a tarp. I can't tell if that's part of the boat or... Man, that looks steep.
These girls who found the credit card say they do encourage others to come out and help out with this search and certainly work to raise awareness. Both of them are putting themselves in Riley's family's shoes and hoping this case doesn't go cold.
I look more into cold cases, I guess, ones that are from like the 90s and the early 2000s that are unsolved.
Oh, this is one of the
and
girls.
I spend a lot of time digging into those, and I'll actually privately message officers and stuff like that, going back and forth with that. But I lived 20 minutes away from this, and so once I heard it was happening and nothing was happening, Tuesday night I came down here with my boyfriend and we were like, let's go walk it.
Now, again, this is unrelated to the other body that was discovered in the Cumberland River today. And of course, if you have any information on this case, you're asked to contact Metro Police right away. Reporting live from downtown Nashville, Nikki McGee, News 2.
Interesting. That, two siblings, TikTokers on the strand. Okay. Search and justify. Okay. I was just curious what they had in this. Okay. All right. What do you guys got in chat? Anything live on TikTok, Riley? I don't want Riley Strain alive. Hours ago. And that's them just down in there. Oh, that's...
risk of who knows what and sharp needles, objects, stuff.
Yeah, these house needles.
Oh, what is that? Oh, that's part of the camp. Okay. Wow. So they're a little bit, okay, so we can see where the bridge is at. Those girls were under the bridge, so they're a little bit to the right of that. So again, the card was found almost like right on the edge, right about here under the bridge. And then you have the homeless man mentioning that somebody interacted and this guy saw him fall into a bush, which is dangerously close to the embankment. I mean, it's right there. He's saying that he fell right in this area, and it looks like this video is, if we were to pan to the left, this almost looks like they are just to the right of this a little bit, down in the embankment. So this is what it'd look like if he went past the bush. This is kind of what he would basically encounter.
Who knows what, and sharp needles, objects, stuff.
Yeah, these house needles.
They have gloves on. Randy, you got gloves on too, right?
This may be used.
Risk of.
So that's more of the
knows
girls
what,
earlier.
and sharp needles, objects.
I wonder if that was before they found the gloves, or maybe just after. Oh, here's officers out there. This has got to be after they found it. Yeah, that was really awesome that those two girls did that. Sadly, that is a... Okay, so they're searching this area. Man, that's a lot of stuff to go through. That's amazing. Now kind of looking at this, that's amazing they found that card. I mean, just a little plastic card. Oh, that makes sense why they got the walking sticks, because that's obviously, sadly, that's where they live, and to get up and down that embankment, then he does, you know, something to support you. Man, that's wild. Yeah, totally. Oh, cool. So this is the bush. Hey, sorry, I was looking at chat. I wanted to. Sorry, I'm gonna play this one more time. It cut to that. Did this person just zoom out? No, this had to have been a cut.
Can everyone get on the sidewalk, please?
Oh, no. Okay. Interesting. So that is literally right where we were just talking about. The bush that he supposedly fell into. And then this other guy who obviously needs to be identified, and hopefully they find this guy. But yeah, this is where the card's found to the left, and he fell in the bush right there.
Ma'am, can you get on the sidewalk right now? Okay, I understand.
That's scary, though. The only question is did his card fall out when he's tumbling down, or like did he fall down into it but not into the river, and he's just like knocked out and they robbed him, and then maybe it got up and stumbled into the river or pushed into the river. I mean, so many possibilities, but it seems like he ended up down there, sadly. No, that wasn't live, Tracy. That was, it was uploaded a few hours ago. See if there's any more. That's 2 hours ago.
What's even crazier, the two girls that found the ID card are actually being questioned by the police, because apparently these two girls, I don't want to say their names or whatever, but you probably know them.
They have to be interviewed. That's just standard.
The cops are saying that they could have potentially just thrown the ID card or debit card or whatever it was down there, but these two girls are like crime detectives. They do it on their own personal time or whatever, but they're actually being questioned by the police for
that's normal.
If you ask me, the lack thereof of
okay, there's something more interesting. That's when we played it earlier.
that girl down there is the girl that potentially found his ID down there right where
credit
his
card.
last phone pinged. Thank God for
God, that's steep. There's a good view of that. That just shows. So there's a big drop there, but if you go more further right, past the bridge, there's kind of the embankment. But over this ledge, there's just a huge drop. I think there's a good possibility he went down there, whether it's on his own or Chronicles of Livia. Is she out there? And I'll get to chat here in just a second. I know some people have been donating. Oh, is she out there?
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Demon on something. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah.
I might make this bigger.
Hey.
Hey. Hi, buddy.
Sorry we had to take you off because you were driving and TikTok would have taken the whole thing down.
Let me get to chat real quick while they're talking here.
Joe Brandy.
Hey, hey.
Tree Squirrel, thank you so much for the Canadian $5. That is so awesome. Thank you so much.
Guys. Brandy, is there anything that you I'm trying to think, like, what was that moment that you guys found the credit card, like what was going through your mind? That
they're interviewing him.
She might be texting her.
That says Joe Batito.
Hey, you know what? I gotta go make dinner. So I love you guys. You guys are awesome. I'll talk to you all soon.
All right, bye. Talk soon. Thanks for joining.
No worries. Thank you.
Joseph, thank you so much for the $10, buddy. I really appreciate it.
Hey, I think you're muted, Brandy.
So she's heading.
Hold on.
She's under Woodland Bridge now.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you, so I muted myself to like see if something happened, but now I can hear you, so that was weird.
You can't go back on lives, can you?
So I'm just gonna pop on quick because I do, as you guys believe, I want to hop in the shower so bad.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, okay. I think we're kind of catching the tail end of whatever happened.
But,
Can you go back?
We can talk later,
Or not till
we
they're
can
done.
meet tomorrow, and I can answer any questions that you have. So.
Yeah. Tomorrow, just text me and let me know. Yeah.
All right.
But everyone, make sure to follow Brandy. She has a TikTok, obviously you can see.
Looks like we kind of missed that. That's still awesome that these girls did that. That's really amazing. That's a huge find. Zoo Blues, thank you so much for gifting one Mob Crew membership. I really appreciate the support. Scott, again, with another $10 super sticker. Thank you so much, Scott. You guys are amazing. We're getting so close to the $1,000 goal. And for those that are new to the channel, like I said, we not only cover true crime, but we do actually go out and help with the missing as well. I'm just one person, though. I wish I could help everybody. I can't, but the support all the support that we get. We try to help with missing persons and cold cases. So with that, let me check Twitter one last time, see if there's anything. I would love to know. I really wish like the parents would state what he was what he had on him, wallet, or if they know, that would be huge. Did he have a hotel key card? I would think, because if he was going back to the hotel, I'm assuming possibly a hotel key card on him. What's this boat? Looks like they are under the Robertson Bridge there. So they're out there looking. Hopefully this credit card fine will be huge. Maybe it sparks them to get out there and look and search that river. And obviously the camp around there. Just people. Oh, let's see. Okay, let's see what we got. Right now, search crews have now returned to the area where several advocates on TikTok found Riley Strain's credit card today near the river on by Gay Street in the area where he was last seen. I'm still waiting to hear back from police on whether this changes the course of the investigation to a criminal investigation. Yeah, exactly. Did he have a wallet or not? Because if he had a wallet, then that sounds like a good possibility of foul play. I don't know how a credit card, if you're falling into the river, how that just slips out of your wallet. I don't know. Doesn't sound good. But at least they've got, a lead. But I'm going to further, like I said, there's that possible lead with the suspicious card that the family mentioned earlier. They said it, it's just a small, small possibility. I'm trying to remember the exact phrase, but this is interesting, and they mentioned that one more time. It's a very long shot, but we are looking for vehicles that may meet the description of the vehicles. And it's interesting that they put looking for vehicles, plural, that may meet the description of the vehicles. So maybe there's more than one vehicle that may be possibly involved. In the last video shown to us by police and media, and that's the Birch video. And so I had been kind of going through that, and I showed some of that earlier, but there's still another hour to go through. Anyway, I'm still going to look at that. One last thing, you guys want to see the guy running? I still, let's see. It's interesting about this guy running, because this is at 9:40. Actually, I'll probably need to do this. So for those that missed it earlier, I showed how I know the timestamps are right. But man, this guy running, let's see, this is 9:50. There is a guy running, so he was last seen. If we were to turn to the right, it would be the James Robinson Bridge, and where the credit card he was last seen. And before that, Woodland Bridge, he was last seen for the last time on camera at 9:52, 9:53. And here's this guy running at 9:54. I think this is 9:54. No, that's the cops when they go by. 9:56, I'm sorry. Approximately around 9:56, 9:55. And this guy is running. He kind of slows down for a bit. Now, I don't think this is Riley because he's kind of got like a lighter top on. Doesn't appear to be tall. But then again, it's really hard to see, and I apologize. I'm sure half of you are probably like, what are you looking at? But the timing, and here's one more. I kind of brighten it a little bit. This is going to go right to left here. Let me make this a little bit over. There we go. This is slowed down. But it is curious. This guy's running 3 minutes after he was last seen. And unfortunately, because he's running, it's really just a blur. He's got, looks like white tennis shoes on, maybe jeans, and a lighter top shirt. Could be the person that robbed him. Or it could just be a random person running by at the wrong time. And I know cops know, because they have this video, so, and they've been made aware of the stuff, but still, it'd be interesting. So, let's see, here we go. Positive vibe, 9:54, 2 minutes after Riley's phone pinged, card found there too. Yeah. Oh yeah, they definitely, yeah, for sure design. Yeah, a lot of times they're kind of vague in that regards, because yeah, they don't want to tip if it is some kind of foul play. They don't want to tip the person's responsible that they're onto it being foul play. So yeah, they're going to be kind of careful with their words that they choose. So I am going to finish up, guys. I really appreciate everybody. I had over 2,000 people in here. A lot of donations. I do appreciate it. If you did PayPal or Venmo me and I didn't shout you out, I will get you on the next time. Zoo Blues, thank you for, I think that amounts to about $10. Thank you so much for the drone money. And Micro Kimmy, good to see you. Renewing her membership for 3 months. This case is similar to the Austin serial killer case. Trying to think which one that is. I know that we have the Ladybird Lake in Texas? Ladybird? Yeah, I think it's Ladybird Lake. Where all these college guys, and I don't think they're all college, but they're all males, and they were last seen in a bar, and then they end up in this lake. And then, of course, you have the smiley face, murders that have been going on for decades that, who knows if there's connection, but those are mostly college kids that, and males last seen at a bar, and then they're found in a body of water. The really strange thing about those cases is that when they find the bodies, sometimes these college guys are missing for like anywhere from weeks up to months. But when they find the body, the bodies are actually in really good condition, which means it's almost like they were dumped days before they were found, even though they had been missing for, either weeks up to a month. So, really strange case. Is it Ladybird Lake? Okay, I did have it right. Near Austin. Okay. Yeah, it's crazy. If it is all connected, it'd be wild. All right, guys, I'm going to head out. Hope you guys have the rest of a wonderful weekend. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch the show. We'll be back on tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. Probably covering this case again. Hopefully there'll be some new information. With that, we're going to sign out. Big shout out to my mods. Thank you so much, guys. I know we kind of went over time. And thank you to everybody that could donate. Really appreciate it. All right, guys. See you next time.